After a month of attacks on Channel convoys, the Luftwaffe shifted their focus to the RAF's airfields on the 13th of August 1940, Eagle Day, which led to probably the toughest few weeks of the whole Battle of Britain. The night before these first attacks, it was a much smaller scale raid, just 11 Hamptons of 49 and 83 squadrons. It was mounted on the Dortmund-Ems Canal, a very important industrial waterway. Their target was an aqueduct near Munster, which took water over the River Ems. 7 bombers were detailed to attack the aqueduct itself, but 2 couldn't find the target, leaving just 5. The Hamptons were to make their runs one at a time, with 27-year-old Flight Lieutenant Roderick LEAROYD, ironically nicknamed Babe due to his size, going in last. This wasn't the first raid on the canal, and German anti-aircraft guns were already quite numerous. Of the first 4 aircraft to make their bombing runs, 2 were destroyed, and the other 2 very heavily damaged. By the time it was Flight Lieutenant LEAROYD's turn, the German defenses were well alerted and ready for him. Nevertheless, he proceeded in at low level, 300 feet, and then slowly descending to 150, just as the 4 before him had done. Ground-based searchlights shining through the windscreen forced the pilot to duck his head down and fly on instruments for the end of his attack. Once the bomb load had been dropped, the Hampton pulled away, and the crew assessed the damage that had been done. In spite of many shell hits to the wings, the fuel tanks had not been damaged, but the hydraulic system was a complete wreck. Fluid was leaking out, the flaps were almost useless, and the undercarriage indicator was not working. After reaching Scampton, their airfield, around 2 o'clock, Flight Lieutenant LEAROYD decided to wait until daylight before landing the Hampton, as the full scale of the damage, especially to his undercarriage, he had no way of knowing fully. After some hours, the last bomber of the raid finally touched down with no further damage done. The award of Flight Lieutenant LEAROYD's VC was the fastest of the entire war. It was announced only a week after the raid. For the rest of the war, he spent most of his time in staff positions, although he did receive command of 44 Squadron, the first to be equipped with Lancasters, in 1942. In 1946, after 10 years in the RAF, he worked in civil aviation, both in Britain and Malaya, and finally in tractors, road construction, and car companies. He died just shy of his 83rd birthday in 1996.